and welcome back to the Labor Lounge podcast where we talk about current events and some more ish. I'm your host, 3, and I appreciate everybody for tuning in to the video. Okay, so last week we released a video about a young lady at McDonald's who went over the edge and ended up shooting bullets at a customer. Just to get you caught up, I'm going to play this quick clip so we can get on the same page.
22-year-old Chastity Gardner was working the drive-thru around 1 Friday morning. A customer who police called the victim went through the drive-thru with friends in the car and put in 2 separate orders. The victim told police Gardner got their orders wrong. Surveillance video begins when they expressed that to her. You can see Gardner throw a drink at them through the window. The customers then reach through the window and throw cups at the employees. When more words are exchanged, the customers reach back in and throw a cup with liquid at Gardner. You can then see Gardner grab this bag. And it's not an order. It contained a firearm.
So this happened at a McDonald's in Lakeland. And you see the young lady got upset after her and the customer got into an altercation through the drive-thru window. Ultimately, she ended up going outside and firing a couple of shots at the door. In that particular video, nobody got hurt. So that led to the professor making these comments here.
You went to go get the McBlicky, okay? You got the McBlicky out your McBag, and you went outside the McDoor and you busted a McBullet at them. You was tossing a McShell, and it went and hit the McSide door, all right? And now you in jail.
So then I received the email saying, hey, you need to check this out. And this is a more recent video, this time taking place at a Church's Chicken. But this time it wasn't the employee who ended up shooting. It was actually the customer. Now, in this particular video, unfortunately, the fast food worker didn't end up making it in this particular scenario. So it leads to the question, what's going on at these fast food restaurants that people's tensions are so high that it's resulting in gun violence? I think we can all agree that this is a sad story. This young lady didn't deserve to lose her life for a small altercation with a customer. So the question I asked is, why are these tensions so high? I really don't have the answers for it. But you could look at some of the things that's going on today. Gas prices are high. Grocery prices are up. People are stressed out. Everybody's trying to make their way through. They're just trying to get through these tumultuous times. But why does it always result in gun violence? This is the part that I just don't understand. Now, as somebody, I consider myself to be a responsible gun owner, but not everybody's responsible and not everybody should have guns. I understand that. But the people that shouldn't have guns are going to have guns anyway, so it's probably best to arm yourself. So with that being said, why would you risk it all at a drive-thru? I mean, when you think about the drive-thru, you go, maybe you just got off of work, you got off a little bit late, you need to pick up something for the kids to eat. So you go through the drive-thru to get a quick meal. Everybody eats. You had a baby seat in the back. So what could have possibly happened to make you crash out at a Church's Chicken drive-thru? It just doesn't make sense. And maybe it's not meant to make sense because you can't be rational with irrational people. I understand this. But it's sad that this young lady now, she's gone and she left behind a daughter. There's another news clip out there, which I don't have here, but she has a 12-year-old daughter that she left behind. You can assume that she was just trying to make a living so her daughter could eat. But here we are today. And the crazy part, as I was putting this story together, you know, when you look up videos on YouTube, it gives you other recommended videos. There's actually more videos of crash outs at multiple fast food joints across the nation. So here's another one that I'm going to show you real quick. And then I'm going to play another one right behind it so you can kind of understand it. This is not a localized thing. This is going on all over the country.
Now to tonight's other top stories. New developments in the deadly shooting involving a Sonic drive-in employee. Police say the man was shot and killed after an argument with a customer over a food order.
The medical examiner has now released the name of the victim. He is identified as 33-year-old Daniel Shrewsbury. We're told he was the manager of the Sonic on Babcock near Huebner where the shooting happened. Tonight, the victim's family provided these Facebook photos to KENS 5 and say he was a hard worker and considerate brother. As for the two suspects, they are still on the run tonight. Police released these images of two women who are believed to be involved in the shooting. Police say one of the women shot Daniel after an argument over money and a food order and then took off.
Newly released surveillance video shows the man wanted for shooting two boys inside a McDonald's in the Allerton section of the Bronx. He's seen dressed in all black walking inside the restaurant before he opened fire.
Absolutely horrific. I have a 17, 18, and 24-year-old, so I can't even imagine what the parents are going through.
The 12-year-old was shot in the back and thigh. The 13-year-old was shot in the leg. Police say the suspect then ran out of the McDonald's. The two boys are believed to be the intended targets.
But I don't think somebody just walked up and shot him. It's got to have to do with something.
Both boys were rushed to the hospital in stable condition. Inside the McDonald's, the wall was covered with bullet holes. At least 6 shell casings were found, along with multiple bullets and fragments.
Even 12 and 13, if you don't watch your kids, you don't know what they're doing in the street.
So here we have it. 4 scenarios, 2 lives lost, hundreds impacted by senseless gun violence. All these stories are sad. You got young kids getting shot. You have mothers being taken away from their children. And you have other people at the tender age of 22 throwing their life away. I don't have the answers for this. All I know is, as a parent, I agree with what the man said at the end. You got to look after your kids. You got to be involved. But more so, you just got to be on your P's and Q's. Listen, I don't argue with folks when I'm out there in the streets. I'm not going to do it. I try to avoid those type of conflicts just so I can get on because, again, tensions are high and you never know who you're dealing with. So with all that being said, let me know your thoughts down in the comments. You know, obviously these stories are unfortunate, but it's something that we need to put a light on so we can understand how we can move moving forward. Till next time, I'm out. He opening up a can of worms like you could go viral tomorrow.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Labor Lounge. We appreciate you. Labor Lounge, that's right, we been working out. All that issue can't talk at work, we can talk about. Labor Lounge,